Barney Sanders. Was it fair of Louis Theroux to criticize Marty Rathbun for cutting and running when the system turned against him, or is Marty no different from any other Scientologist in this regard? Was this one of your issues with Louis' Scientology documentary? I've watched your review of his documentary, by the way. Hey, cool. Marty Rathbun. Okay, so I did not have that problem with the documentary. That wasn't my issue with that. My issue with the documentary was that Louis was focusing on Marty Rathbun to the exclusion of the bigger, wider, more common experience of Scientology. Marty tried to get across, some auditing and some TR stuff and what that was kind of about. And he talked candidly about certain aspects of Scientology, but where, Marty was kind of being the Scientology apologist in a way, and Louis was holding up Marty as though Marty was your average Joe Scientologist, or at least he was representing Scientology. And I thought Stephen Mango, Mark Headley, other people who were featured in the documentary, I can't remember if Jeff Hawkins was in it or not, but they would have been more, lower level common, experience of the Sea Org and Scientology than Marty Rathbun. Marty was, at the very, very top. He was right below David Miscavige, chairman of the board of the Religious Technology Center. So his experience of Scientology was not, what everyone else experiences in Scientology. And I thought Louis would have had a more interesting and more honest, rendition of what Scientologists actually think and what Scientology is really all about if he had focused on some of those other people. As far as Marty goes, I don't blame Marty for taking money or whatever deal it was he got from the church in order to drop his lawsuit. Actually, I should say I blame him a lot, but I understand the position that he was in, and I understand the amount of pressure somebody is under when the Church of Scientology is gunning for them flat out, full time, and you are their prime target. And Marty definitely put himself in those crosshairs. And I guess he got to a point where he just kind of got sick and tired of it. It upset a lot of people because he was representing a lot of us ex-members with his lawsuit. Not legally, not like we were tied to the lawsuit, I mean in a more general sense. And it was the most powerful and most striking lawsuit that was being brought against the church for their harassment against someone who was never a Scientologist, and Marty's wife. And we had a lot of, kind of thoughts and prayers and hopes connected with that case. We thought that it was moving forward at great guns, it was going to keep going forward, and we thought it was going to actually expose some things that really need to get exposed in the court of law. And that didn't happen. And so obviously there was a lot of anger and upset and disappointment about that. And all of that was directed correctly at Marty for pulling the plug on the whole thing. So he never made any formal statement as to why he did what he did, other than some general nonsense that really didn't make sense to anyone. I can't remember what his statement was, but it really didn't make sense. He screwed over his lawyer in the process, someone who had dedicated years of unpaid work, on that case, and he didn't get a thing for it. So that wasn't cool. And generally, he acted like, the ass that he is. So that was kind of, why we all went, ugh, on that and got really mad. But my beef with Marty and dropping that case, I recognize that it's his right to do that. So I don't say all this with the thing that Marty didn't have the right to do what he did. It's just that he really, upset a lot of people in doing it because we were really counting on him. He didn't ask for us to count on him. He didn't ask for us to be a cheering squad. But, at the same time, he never said stop. He was, fully seemed very, very happy with the adoration and the support. So I don't, so it's just kind of a big, messy, ugly situation. And it's in the past now, and Marty has thoroughly debunked himself with his inane set of videos that the church obviously put him up to. The idea that he dropped the case and decided to go completely wholly anti-Leah, anti-Mike, anti-everybody, you know, and call us all, you know, an anti-Scientology cult and this kind of thing. I mean, come on, man. You know, he didn't do that on his own. So anyway, that's all I can say about that.